Hi, I'm Joe, and today I am doing the Grinch tag. This tag was originally started by Sam at Thoughts on Tomes. I will link to her below. She is awesome, and you have to check her out. I was tagged by Sabrina at Steakachino, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for tagging me. This tag is so you can show some of the books that you had a bit of a problem with, so you can air your grievances. It is Festivus. We are going to air our grievances. So let's jump right in. The first is half the lights on the Christmas tree are burnt out. Name a book, series, or character that started out good but then went downhill. And I'm kind of embarrassed that this is my pick for this because it's such a classic. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller, and this is a gorgeous edition. At least I have a pretty book on my bookcase. I got this far into it, almost 200 pages, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. I want to try again another time, but I don't know. It started out, I was really excited about it. I was really into it, and then it just kept going on and on and on and on, and I'm just wasn't feeling this book. Next is Annoying Great Aunt Sally, Who Will Not Leave You Alone. Name a book that you didn't enjoy but everyone else loves, so it seems to never go away. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. If I had been an angsty teenager and read it while I was all angsty, maybe I would have loved it. But I read it in my 20s and I was just like, get over yourself, kid. You think you have problems? What? You don't know what problems are. Check yourself, dude. Your pets keep knocking over the Christmas decorations. This is the story of my life. These cats are animals. Name a character that kept messing things up for everyone else, and you can't pick a villain. For this, I chose Victor Frankenstein in Frankenstein. Oh my gosh, I sat and yelled at this book. Victor frustrated me like you would not believe. If he just would have talked, if he would have told people what was going on, like half the characters in the book would have lived. But no, he didn't tell anyone, so dead, dead, dead. Innocent people, dead. Because Victor wouldn't open his mouth. Oh, but he loved to whine and whine and whine about how, oh, my life is so hard. Oh, pity me. Oh, let me go to bed for 7 months. No, man up. Man up, Victor. Don't like you. You hear your parents putting out the presents and learn Santa isn't real. Name a book you were spoiled for. I spoiled this book for myself, so I can't really be upset with anyone. I was doing some pre-reading research and accidentally read just like one sentence out of this whole long paragraph, and I knew something that happened. So the entire book, I was waiting for this thing to happen, and that was John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath. The thing that I kept waiting and waiting and waiting to happen didn't happen until like way back here. It's one of the very last things that happened, and I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I'm kind of glad I was prepared for it, but at the same time, I lived in fear for all these pages. This was a great book. It's freezing outside. Name a main character you just couldn't connect with. I could not connect with Esther in The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and I was really disappointed. I've heard so many wonderful things about this, and people with depression saying, oh my goodness, this book just really connected, and that's how I felt. But I just didn't. I'm sitting here like, I'm depressed, and I don't get this book, and now I'm even more depressed because I don't get this book. Maybe my expectations were just too high. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is playing non-stop on the radio and giving you anti-romantic feelings. Name a couple you couldn't stand. This is the only one I don't have a physical book for, and it is the couple in Rainbow Rowell's Landline. It's the only Rainbow Rowell book I read. It's one of her adult fiction books, and I just did not care for that couple. There's a reason that I did not like the couple, and it has to do with the ending. It was just wrapped up too tidily with a bow, and I felt it was unrealistic and disappointing. That scratchy homemade wool sweater that you got for Christmas years ago but you won't get rid of. Show some books that have been sitting on your shelves for a while and you aren't motivated to read, but you don't have the heart to get rid of them. My Jhumpa Lahiri books. I'm embarrassed. I just have not felt compelled to read them. I'm very glad that I have them, and I will never get rid of them because I think that they are important books for me to have. And I'm sure that someday I will read them, and I am sure that I will love them. I just have not been in the mood to read them yet. This is my dirty secret. I feel like I'm going to get kicked off of BookTube because I've never read Jhumpa Lahiri. I'm very sorry. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Name a character death that you are still mad about, but warn people for spoilers. I'm not going to tell you who died, but someone died in the autobiography of Mrs. Tom Thumb by Melanie Benjamin. This book was awesome. And someone died in it, and I bawled my little eyes out. The malls are overly crowded with holiday shoppers. Name a series that has too many books in it or went on too long. I have not read a series yet, so I chose a book that I felt went on too long. Freedom by Jonathan Franzen. I got this far, and I just could not put up with this book anymore. I just couldn't deal with it. Every page is the same thing. These whiny people whining about freedom. And when they get the freedom that they want to have and mess up everyone else's lives, then they whine about their new freedom and how they're still not happy. And it just goes on and on and on. And I got tired of listening to these people whine. I couldn't handle it. It went on way too long. I just summarized this whole book. All of this book, I just summarized it. People be whiny. The Grinch. Name a character whom you hate, but you can't choose a villain. I am going to choose Isabel, the wife, in The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. I have a book talk on this that I will be posting this week. This was a wonderful book. I read it in November, but the more I think about the characters, the less that I like the wife. I mean, I didn't like her that much when I was reading it. I sympathized the most with her husband, who is, I feel like, the real main character of this book. So she just did some stuff that put him into positions that were just not fair. I would have left her. I would have left her out there on the lighthouse. No, I would have taken her on shore and left her there and gone back out to the lighthouse and lived my life happily. That's what I would have done. So that's my tag. I had a lot of fun with this. I got to air my grievances, and now I'm going to tag some people right here, and I will talk to you later. Bye.